It is actually doing someone a disservice if you put them into a unit that they can't afford. What I mean by that is you obviously want to follow all your fair housing, things like that. But when it comes to like income requirements, there's a reason we have income requirements. There's a reason that we want a certain amount of income and a certain amount of job stability. You're renting a property. There's responsibility that's going to come with that. There's things that can happen that if you don't follow through, and this is what I'm saying, it's like when they hand you the credit card on the college campus, right? They just give you the money and you're not realizing getting that young money what a missed payment's going to do. You know what a late payment on your credit report's going to do for the next several years, or if you're young and stupid and you end up defaulting on a credit card, like how that's going to affect you for the next. It's just like, man, as soon as you're at the gate, how fast can we trip you up? And for me, I have no time for that. So it's the same thing when you're looking at a tenant and you're trying to place them. We'll get beaten up by other realtors. They're like, why won't you just take our client? Why don't you just take them? Like, because they're not qualified. They're not financially qualified. And if we did take them, then they're not going to be able to live here. They're going to put a lot of money moving into here. It's going to be a lot of startup costs. And the rent's going to be late, which is going to start to incur late fees. And then all of a sudden, they're going to end up in the court system. And it's going to show up on their rental history. And even if they pay it, it still shows up as a flag that, hey, you've been in a landlord-tenant dispute with your landlord, and that is and you don't want that. I mean, we found dogs left in a park. I mean, this is why, as I've gotten older in my business, why we want to be so thorough on our screening, because once someone's in, it can just, if they have no Mars on their report other than the fact that they can't financially afford that place, moving them in somewhere knowing that they're not going to be able to stay potentially not be able to stay long term because they don't financially qualify, is actually doing them a disservice, because you're going to trip them up. It's going to be red flags all over their credit. You're going to make it very difficult for them to find a rental for the next 5 years. So you have to screen it like you mean it.